All right, I believe we are live again in this video. This is the episode 72, I believe, of the Syncrets To Success podcast. We are fastly approaching that 100 episode. Thank you all for tuning in to this podcast here on YouTube and soon coming to other platforms. But if you want to see the visual of what I'm showing in some of these episodes, especially when I'm doing the music production, you definitely want to watch it on YouTube. But if you just want to hear the audio, you can check it out on the platforms once I have it released to the podcast platforms. This is episode 72 of the Syncrets To Success podcast. This podcast is designed to teach my journey, to show you what I'm learning about sync licensing, trailer music business, networking, and more. And the past couple of episodes has been focused on showing you actual sounds and plugins that I use to create music for sync licensing and for trailers, and a little bit for artists, but I'm focusing mostly on sync licensing and movie trailer music. This podcast is sponsored by the great team over at ASTS. They provide some great sounds for us music creators to use. You can check out the link for that in the description, including a discount code that you can use on their products. In addition to other links that you can check out, for example, my Facebook group, Syncrets To Success, where we're fastly approaching at this point in time 2,500 members in that community. And we are also, you can also check out my site, thefingaz.com, where you can check out services that I provide. Occasionally, I'm doing live workshops at least every 2 weeks or so from Zoom, where you can join in and see me create music using some of these sounds that I'm showing you here. And you can check out the links there. You can check out a great platform for bouncing stems in Logic Pro, like an AI sort of platform for bouncing stems out in Logic Pro. And the most preferred platform by music supervisors and sync libraries and sync agents to get music to them, to share your music. You can check out a link in the description. Some links that you will see in the description are affiliate links at no additional charge to you, but I will get a little bit of a kickback if you use those links. So definitely check those out. All right. Got all the admin stuff out of the way, and I always have to make sure I'm live. I just believe I'm live because I would hate to do like a whole 2-3 hour video or even a 10-minute video and then find out that I'm not live. So I think I'm live. I believe I'm live. I like to check here on my other device here. Okay, cool. We are live. And let me see if I can get my chat open. I have to figure out the settings here so that I can make sure that I have chat live and that I can view it on YouTube here. So all the things, all the admin things, as I mentioned earlier. Today we're going to talk about Zero G Kepler, which is personally, spoiler alert, it is personally my favorite plugin release that has come out this year, 2024. Zero G Kepler is hands down, in my opinion, so far, the best as far as what you get in the plugin and the price it is. I don't recall what the price is. I believe it was on sale for under $100. So I'm going to show you what we can do. I'm just going to go into, I have it saved under my quick load here in Contact. Maybe I'll do a whole other video on how I use Contact. But Zero G Elements Kepler, you get all these, let's go here, where we at? Instruments, quick load, Zero G Elements Kepler. You get all of these NKIs. And don't be fooled because the first two already have a lot of stuff designed in them. So I'm going to just go down the line and hopefully I can knock some of these out within a few minutes and not take too long. But if you have any comments or things, drop them in the chat or drop them in the comments and I will check those out later. I'm going to hide the side view and I will show the keyboard. Let's go to single view here. Here we go. And I think I can try to zoom in a little bit, give you a little bit more real estate. Let's try nope, way too much. We'll try 125. And then we'll get to the sounds. So Zero G, our Elements Kepler from Zero G, their instruments alone are incredible. I have Mobius Modular, which is actually really one of the underrated plugins from them. And I also have Elements Kepler, and they actually sent this to me at no charge. So shout out to them for sending this to me to review. You can also check out a link in the description to purchase this. Again, my favorite plugin for the price that it is and for what you get. So let's just get in here and let's show with the core designer. So again, remember you saw all those different elements. If I go to the quick load again, let me drop here. Zero G Elements Kepler. So you have core designer, texture designer. These two already have hundreds of snapshots. I might be exaggerating, but a lot of snapshots. And then you have these different ones with individual instruments and voice things, which we'll get to shortly. So if I go to core designer, if I play something right now, you will not hear anything. If you see the notes down here at the bottom, you see the notes that I'm playing on my keyboard. You won't hear anything because I have to load a snapshot first for Core Designer and the Texture Designer. And when I drop down here in the Core Designer to load a snapshot, you already see that we have menus and sub-menus of things. Again, like I said, hundreds of these already ready to roll. And I'm going to go through some of these. I won't have enough time to go through all of these in the middle of me trying to do some work, actually work. But what I will do is go through some of these. So we're going to start with instant cues. I'm going to go through rhythmic cues, and I'm just going to start with number 1 here, and I'm going to hit a note. You see we have the different color zones down here. I'm going to play the C1. And right away, you can start to build off a cue just from that. Let me hit C2, see what that is. So that's just a different note, similar layer. So if you see here, we have layer 1, 2, 3. So if I play down here, this is playing layer 1, which is the rhythmic low 8. I can click down here. I can add in a bunch of other layers. I can change what that layer is. You see all the, I don't know, hundreds of stuff that's in here. But this is just part of this preset here. So if I play, let's go to the, what is this, F? So if you notice now, we're playing layer 1 and layer 2. With layer 2, again, we can choose some of the same things that we have in layer 1, 2, and 3. We can choose between all those and build our own. So almost like building a multi without having to build a multi in Contact. You can use the Elements Kepler player with the layers that they have built in to build your own multi within the player itself. So if I play this F note, you see we're playing layer 1 and 2. If I click this little dot here, we have different options here for ADSR, attack, decay, sustain, release. We have a band pass, we have a tape, tone, low pass, LFO, amount. We can adjust the start of the sample player. We can have the playback of the sample synced up, or we can have it double time or half time. So you have a lot of options here, and I can also select the range. So if you see this range here is orange here, I can select the range and add additional notes and things. But usually I'm getting in here and I'm just using it as is. You have the same options for layer 2 and layer 3. So I'm going to play that F note one more time. Let me close this. Yeah, I can build a whole cue off of that. Let me just play this second layer. So you see that's layer 2, and then layer 3 will be up here in the green. Actually, that is doubling layer 2 and layer 3. And then I believe up here in the blue, purple, what color is that? Will be the layer 3. So that's just me playing like a chord. I can add this octaver. So if I play this note, if I add the octaver, it will double the octave, play like, I believe, the octave below. So it's playing these two notes without me having to hit those two notes. It's a really great way to just build out what you want. You also have volume and pan controls for each of the layers here. You have macros that you can design and have additional controls. You can automate the macros also. Again, I won't dive into all the different features here because the plugin, there's a lot of great reviews, including Stefano, who designed the plugin, created the plugin, added a sound design. He has probably at this point 10 hours of videos showing you in-depth tutorials on how to use this and how to build certain types of tracks with this plugin. We do also have modulations here. So you have low pass, you have lo-fi, distortion, different layers and things you can affect here. You also have LFO layers you can adjust. So you have a lot of options with the modulation. You have replica, which is the delay function there. And then you have the arpeggiator here, which you can build in an arpeggiator. I will get to that a little bit when I get to the percussion stuff, and you can adjust different settings there. And then of course you have the effects rack with modulator, compressor, compression, EQ, distortion, reverb, delay, amplitude, and cabinet sort of options. All right, so that's just time is up. Let's go to, I'll play one more of these rhythmic cues. Again, I really like this Eclipse, partly because one of the favorite artists and people that I work with, Eclipse Darkness. So I like finding these sounds with Eclipse. I think there's another one called like Shadow Eclipse, so I like using those. I'm gonna play these different layers here. So you see that loop, here's layer 2. Actually, that's layer 3. Let me get over here to layer 3. And then I guess the yellow might be layer 2. And if I play all three together, so again, you can build a really nice cue off of that alone. Okay, I have to get out of the instant cues, the rhythmic cues. Let's go to atmospheric. I'm gonna just probably play one of these. So let's go to pads and hybrid. Let's see what this sounds like. I'm gonna play one note. I like that. Let's play the green. And that might be too loud. I'm going to turn that down. Sorry, I saw it getting in the red. Again, let's see what the blue purple is up here. Sort of that metallic layer. Again, I cannot go through all these. I wish I could. We're going to go to rock here in the dystopic cues. Dystopic? Very like industrial EDM almost. And I believe, let's see. Nope, it's not even using the arpeggiator. That's just the sample there. Again, too much to go through. Let's go to triplet cues. Let's go to this number 1 here, and we'll play this bottom layer. And then number 2. And 3. Again, you can build all kinds of stuff. Let's go to, we have tension rising. We have all kinds of things here. Let's go to tribal rhythmic. I don't think I've used this one. Yep, I like that. Again, this is personally, this is my favorite plugin that has been released on in 2024. I guess I should put like years out on these videos if you want it to be evergreen, but this is probably hands down my favorite plugin that's been released this year. I'm gonna go live on Instagram also so that I can get people into the building. This is that was what, that rhythmic tribal, that's rhythmic cues. No, that was instant cues. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go through all these. Okay, let's go to straight lows. I'm gonna do one here. Let's go to deep modulation. Let me put the link here for people on Instagram to come on over to YouTube, and I'm gonna say pin this comment. I don't know if it'll let me. There we go. Pin comment. Pro Creative, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube, the pin comment. You'll see what I'm calling personally my favorite plugin that has been released in 2024 so far for music creators. And Square Zero, same. Thanks you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. Pep and Brian, jump on over to YouTube to see my favorite plugin that has been released in 2024. This plugin is insane, and it is actually relatively inexpensive. All right, I love that. I mean, that deep modulation. Again, you can build like a great tension cue off of that. Let's go to straight highs. Clocking, I'm imagining sounds like some TikTok clock sounds. So you can use that as sort of like a break for like an intense trailer thing, or you can use that to sort of add, I don't know, some type of clocking sound if you need that. We have triplet low. I don't know much here, so I'm going to just choose number 7. Yeah. I can build like a whole song. The thing that I really love and hate about doing these videos is that I hear these ideas when I'm like playing through the different sounds. It's like, oh, I should do something with that. And again, if you're interested in checking this out, Red Scorpion, thank you for tuning in. Jumping on over to YouTube, you can see me checking out some sounds from this, what I'm calling the best plugin that's been released in 2024, personally. Check the description here on YouTube, and you can see, you can get a link to check out this plugin. It is an affiliate link, but it will be at no additional charge to you. Check out all the links in the description. Yeah, those triplets. Triplets are always like a different vibe. All right, let's go to hybrid percussion. This one I'm gonna go to Ooh, there's a lot here. We'll go to just some taikos. This might be where I can show the arpeggiator. Let me play. As you can see, we only have 3 notes here. So with this, I like all 3 of those layers. If I turn on the percussion or the arpeggiator here, I can sort of put in how I want the rhythm to play. That might be a little loud. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. And now what I can do is I can go in here and I can program, hey, I want the hits to be here, 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 and here. And then I can put little like smaller hits in between sort of the major hits. And that's how I build out a lot of my percussion rhythms. Muse of the Creators, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can check out the video that I'm showing. This plugin, I'm calling the best plugin of 2024 so far. So I can now have my major hits where you see the bar, all the way up for the velocities, for it to be the loudest, and then I can build in sort of smaller hits in between. And that's how I program a lot of my, and if I want, I can adjust the rate here. So I can say I want it to be triplet note, so it sounds like this. So it automatically changes up the vibe. I can have 8th notes. So you can switch up the feel of it just by adjusting rate here. If I wanted to have less steps or more steps. So a lot of power here. I can latch them. I can scale by velocity. Again, I'm not going to go into all the details here of this plugin because there's a lot in there. I'm just going through like very, very minimal options here. That was hybrid percussion. So the rest of them, I think they don't have sort of the sub menus like instant cues or rhythmic cues does. But I'm going to go through maybe one each. So boom and stings. Boom A. We're going to go here and I'm going to just play what this sounds like if I find the note. Again, really great sound design element, and I believe it's a loop. Yep. So just different layers that you can have for your tracks. That was boom, A, B, C. I'm gonna go to some of the stings here. I'm gonna play. For me, that would be an intro to a trailer track. Yeah, that's insane. Let me see if Octaver does anything. I didn't really hear a difference with Octaver there in that setting. But again, some great sounds. Let's go to Brahms and alarms. I'll play one of these. I'm gonna play the C. And if I want, let me see if I can use, if you see my pitch bend down here, I'm gonna see if I can do like a bend effect. Which is insane. So now you can start to use these different Brahms sounds and have the different layers and effects there. Frank, the host, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can check out the plugin that I'm calling probably the best plugin that's been released for music creators in 2024 so far. Again, the price of this, I know the launch sale was under $100. I think most of these plugins from Zero G are relatively inexpensively priced for the value that you get from them. Kurz, C, and Castle, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube in the pinned comment to check out this plugin that I'm checking out. I'm calling it the best plugin release of 2024 so far. We have alarms. I like, and Stefano who designed this plugin. I believe, I don't know what country he's from, but you might see some like spelling mistakes as far as what we would spell things like in America. But alarms, he has ALLARMS. I actually like it. So I'm gonna play one of these sounds. So some great sounds there. Again, I can't play all these sounds. Obviously, we're going to go to some risers. I'm going to do risers 4 bars, and I'm going to play one of those. So there's a lot in there. You have sort of the riser, then you also have the downer coming in later. I'll play, no, I'm going to leave it at 1. And then I'm going to play one of the signals here. Let's go to signal H, and let's see what these sound like. Yeah, that signal's insane. Then we're going to go to one of these clocks. Let's go to clock E, pause. Again, more clock sounds, ticking sounds. These are great for horror trailer tracks. They're great for trailer tracks. I've even used them in hip hop tracks. So here we go. That's kind of cool. That's cool. And what I can do is I can have have the low pass, so you only hear the lows, cutting out the highs. So you can adjust all the different settings here. So I really like that one. That's one I would definitely use. Yeah, that's crazy. Then we're gonna go to some textures. Okay, so we do have a number of textures here. I'm gonna go to, there's one that I use here a lot. I think I've used the sand a lot. So let's go to, there's some of these I haven't even dove into yet. Man, let's go to evolving texture. And I'm gonna play, let's see, one note. And one thing I didn't mention, these sounds are inspired by the Dune soundtrack. Some of these sounds are inspired by the Dune soundtrack. And I'm actually working on scoring a film right now where I haven't even dove into these sounds yet, but I want to add some of these sounds in there now that I'm doing this review. So yeah. And right away, that can be like an opening cue for like a film or a soundtrack or something like that. So you can just dive in here. Again, I can't, man, I would love to go through more, but I'm still only on the first NKI, and I thought I was gonna do this in like 30 minutes. Let's do some of the vocal pedals. I know I've used these on actually trailer stuff. One that got signed to a big trailer library. I've used this, not this exact sound, but I've used some of these, and I'm gonna play what it sounds like. I mean, you hear the phrase. Hopefully, it's not saying anything like disrespectful in a language. But I use that on like a horror trailer. Actually, I think I posted something on Instagram yesterday where I've used. Actually, it was another vocal plugin, so scratch that. But I've used these similar phrases on trailer stuff. And like I can build like a hip hop track out of that. I can build a trailer track out of that. So a lot of options. I'll play one or more of those because these are just insane. Yeah, I could build, like I said, I could build a whole track around that. There was something else here in the vocal pedals, vocal combo. I'll play one of these. I want to see what this sounds like. So as you can see, we have different, remember those layers I showed earlier? If I scroll all the way down to vocal, we have all these different pedals that we can layer together. So in this case, they layer 3 of those together and it sounds like this. Yeah, that is insane. Let's go to electric guitar. Again, I need to use these more, especially I've been doing a lot of rock stuff lately, including a rock, sort of rock version of a song from what's becoming a big artist, and hopefully that will be out soon. Yeah, so stay tuned. Let's go to a nice combo, and let's play what this sounds like. So I've used that for some sort of like background layers. Let's also go to ARP and distorted, I believe. So like grungy rock vibes. Yeah, that's great also for layering under. Let's see, we have processed. I'm gonna just choose one of these randomly and see what that sounds like. So it's almost like making a guitar a synth. And then we have bass and guitar, so probably layered together. And I'm going to play one of those. Trent C, come on over to YouTube, see the pinned comment there. You can see this plugin that I'm calling my favorite plugin that's been released in 2024. This is bass and guitar. I'm gonna go back to main, and I'm gonna go through, oh man, there's so much in here. All right, let me choose one of these. Eclipse, again, I like the name Eclipse. This is from the, what layer was that? This is from the experimental set. I'm gonna play this. That's still sounding more like guitar, so not really synth-like. I'm gonna choose one more here. Let's go to ostinato. Let me turn that down. It might be a little loud. Nakvisyed Hussenheimer. Thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. Check out this video. of this plugin that I'm checking out. My favorite plugin so far. I'm going to say it is my favorite plugin of 2024 released. No offense to any other developers who've released plugins, but yeah, for the value that you get and the sounds that's in there, my favorite. So. I mean, listen to this. I'm just going to hit one note here. Canary Yellow Fever Forever. I mean, Canary Yellow Forever. Thank you for tuning in. Incredible artist. If you're not following Canary Yellow, follow Canary Yellow. Who's going to be doing some incredible things in music, already doing some incredible things. Canary Yellow, jump on over to YouTube. You can see this plugin that I'm checking out. One of my favorite plugin releases of 2024. Now, if I hit this one note here, listen to what you can just one note, almost like instant composition from one note. Here we go. Nate Tovin, jump on over to YouTube. Check out my favorite plugin of 2024. All right, I'm going to hit this one note and see what happens. I mean, I can build a whole good morning. I could build a whole like track around just that one note. I can go trailer route, I can go hip hop, I can go like pop. But yeah, it's like so many options. Of course, I would build around it. I wouldn't just use it as is, because it's almost like anyone else can just use it as is, and then you'll be like in trouble if someone like writes it and claims it. But you can build around it, you can sample it, you can flip it up. This is hybrid distortion. I'm gonna go to organic machine. I'm gonna play one note here. That's real like techno like, I would say EDM almost, but real techno electronic. And again, I can go pop 4 on the floor with something like that. That was organic machine. Where was that? That was in sequences. That was in hybrid distortion. All right, we're gonna go to metals and objects. Let's go to, man, I have a lot to get through and I got to do it in like 10 minutes. All right, we're gonna have to rush through some of the other ones. A nice ostinato object. I actually do like that one. That one is pretty good because it is like it has like the percussion, it has like the low layer, the high layer. Yeah, that one actually is pretty nice. That was metals, keys, and set. Let's go to attack. Okay, so that's more just keys, not a like a rhythm or anything. Then we have short bass. Really great for like I would say for like a shock value. I'm gonna play through one of these leads. Let's go to the trumpet. Let's see what the trumpet sounds like. It does have trumpet qualities. It's like a synth type thing. And then last but not least, I'm going to choose one of these Cyber ARP. You see Tenet there. I'm going to choose Cyber ARP 8 here. So you see there's a panning layer going on there. This sounds like a clock going on in there. So there's a lot happening in just... this is just number one, the Kepler core designer. I don't think I'm going to be able to go through... because there are similar options in number 2 here, where you see we have the texture designer, and we can go through all these. I have to choose only one for these, so I'm going to go to Eclipse Shadow. This is the one I use a lot. S Lineage, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube to check out my review of this plugin, and you see the background changed here, which I really like the background layer. Let me play this sound. I've used that a lot for like act ones. Let's go to choir texture. So I'm going to go to woman. Let's go to woman whispers. Let's see what this sounds like. And it's only one note. I got to find that note. A great layer for doing like horror type stuff. Let's go to solo vocals. I'm going to go to Celestial Voyage. Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, and again, there's way more in there than what I'm showing. I'm just doing a quick high level, one sound each. Mystic Choir, Hustle Man Beats, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube, check out this plugin review I'm doing of the best plugin that's been released in 2024, in my opinion. Here we go. So you have sort of that low layer there. Sort of like that chanting layer, and then what is this purple here? So definitely Mystic Choir. This one has a lot of choir sounds. So I'm going to go to string textures, best at 70. There's two best at 70s. I've used this a lot only because it's highlighted a lot in the videos that Stefano does on his page, who is the developer of the plugin. Again, I've used that layered under some other string libraries, and it just sounds incredible with that layered under. Let's go to combinations. We're going to go to a nice choir pad here, and let's see what this sounds like. Again, you can use this plugin alone just to score films, and like I said, I'm working on a film. Ooh, there's one that says horror. I'm working on a film now that these sounds would be great for. This is horror on Kepler. Of course, with the chords I just played, they're not really horror. That was combinations. We're going to go to simple texture. Let's go to drone swell. That's crazy. We're going to play one of these key textures here. Yeah, and then finally, at least in this one, we're going to go to this texture ARP. So you can literally spend hours, as I'm doing right now, in this plugin. Let's see if I can get to the other sounds in very fast. So we're going to go to Elements Kepler. We're going to go to Trailer Hits. Tim the Taylor, thank you for tuning in, jumping over to YouTube. I'm going to play a couple of these hits. And that is an arpeggiator. So again, remember, I can go to, I can play some of these hits. That might be a little loud, but I can also program my own, how I want them to come in and hit. Let's say I want it to be 16 steps instead of 32. It does help to have a little bit of sort of music theory as far as tempo and things like that. So let's say I want something like that and like that. And you can just really draw in your own rhythms. There is a reverb in here. Let's say I want to turn off the reverb or turn down the reverb. Let's say I want to cut out some of the lows. So you can get in here and you can really do some sound design and things with that. Let's go to, that was Kepler hit. I want to go to 0G, Elements Kepler. We're going to go to the low percussion. I actually do a lot of sound design with the percussion things here. A lot of building in my own rhythms. And really I just come in here and I just choose like random hits that I wanted to hit, and then I see if it sounds good. And then I can build a whole track around that. I'm actually working on a lot of percussion albums right now for different libraries. And then you can also have patterns that are pre-built, and I can hold down a note. And it'll play that pattern. So again, like I said, you're getting a lot in here for a very, very affordable price. We also have high percussion, and that is up here. Identity Made Entertainment. Thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. Check out this plugin review that I'm doing of my favorite plugin that's been released in 2024. Let's go to folk percussion, which is here. I've also used that a lot. And if you want, you can turn off the arpeggiator and I just play it one note, and I can play and program my own. That's just me hitting the keyboard. Let's go to the next sound here, which is Kepler bass. Let's see what this sounds like. And that, I believe that's playing an arpeggiator too. So I can turn that off and I can just have the one bass. But sometimes it is kind of cooler to have the arpeggiator. And you can adjust the different settings here. Again, I won't go over the whole plugin. You can watch some other videos on there. We have some other bass options like amp 16th. so you can get more of the rock grungy vibe. Let's jump over to Kepler Stomp. So this is 2 notes here. Yep, that's pretty much it. You can layer that under. I use it for a lot of stomp clap stuff. We have booms. Wrong note right here. It's kind of low, but again, you can crank that up in the mix and have that be a great effect. Then we have some metal hits. That can be great for horror stuff. We have some whooshes, whoosh hits. Which are great for transition pieces, transition points in a song. Then this is whoosh hits, even though some of the ones in whoosh had some whoosh hits. And then you have a lot of low in there. Again, I'm flying through these, but you'll have to watch some of the other videos that are posted on the Zero G page and Stefano's page where you can go in more detail. So you have some process where they seem a little wider. There's some like phasing, flanging going on with some of the whooshes here. Then we have some short, where you see it's almost like a reverse effect where it gets cut off a little bit. Then we have, what do we have next? Now we're getting to some of the voices. So these are probably some of my favorite ones in the plugins, favorite voices. If you are familiar with Zero G, you might be familiar with some of the Ethera series, or I don't know how to say it right, but Ethera Gold, MDJ Muso. Thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can check out my review of this plugin that I'm calling my favorite plugin of 2024 so far. So I'm going to play some of the voice sounds here. So it's otherworldly, but it sounds great. Let me play through this one here. That one has a lot of low in there. Let's go through this one, throat sing. Yeah, and then we have the breath sequence. So I'm gonna find, let's see, C3. That's crazy. If I play the lower range here, I think I'll have the individual syllables. Let's see. Actually, let me play. Okay, so the different colors at the bottom here are different phrases that they say when I hit the note. So if I play the green one, and then if I play the yellow notes up at the top, if I find, I don't know if the yellow notes are doing anything. Okay. Okay, so the yellow notes are doing different syllables there. So again, you can go in and experiment with these different sounds and phrases. Let's go to Choir Breath Man. So I could use this on, like, I've been doing a lot of tribal drum albums for libraries, and this could be great to layer under some of that stuff. Yeah. Then we have Choir Breath Woman. And if you wanted to do the arpeggiator, this might sound kind of weird, but I'm going to play one note. And let's say I want it to be faster, like 8th notes or 16th. Again, that's probably too much, but yeah, you can see how you can go in here and start designing different elements and things with the different sounds. Then we have some screams. I believe these will be the last section of the plugin. Then I got to get out of here, but almost like straight Dune type vibes. Yeah, that's insane. Then we have, this is a different note. I'm sure they had fun recording these because they sound fun. Yeah, this is insane. And then we have 25 here, another one. these are like insane. Some more screams. And that is the final one. I believe it'll take us back to number. Oh no, we have chord designer reverse. So this will be, if you remember, the first one we had was chord designer. So if I go back here, and I go to 0G, so we had chord designer. So I believe number 27, which you can't see here because it's off the screen, has some of those reverse. So I'm going to go to reverse mode. I'm going to play a couple of these. Aaron, guitar composer, thank you for joining in. Jump on over to YouTube. I'm about to end this video, but jump on over to YouTube to watch my review of what I'm calling my favorite plugin of 2024. And then I'm going to play one more reverse mode here. So really, really great plugin. Shout out to the team over at 0G for sending this my way to review for you. Also, shout out to you for watching this video. This is a great plugin. Again, my favorite so far plugin that's been released in 2024. At the time that it was launched, it was under $100, and you get all these great sounds, these great layers, these great options to sequence, sound design things. I've used it in trailer stuff. I've used it, like I said, I will be using it on a film that I'm about to start working on or continue working on. I forgot that there were so many great sounds in here, so I'm going to use it on the soundtrack for that. And yeah, really great plugins. Check out the description here on YouTube where I will have a link where you can check it out. Again, that link is an affiliate link at no additional charge to you. You can use that link to check out that and other 0G products. You can also check out other links in the description, including a link to join my Facebook group, Syncrets To Success. You can also check out ASTS. They have some great sounds for music creators. They do sponsor this podcast, and some other links in the description here on YouTube. If you're watching on Instagram, just go to youtube.com/thefingaz, the number 1, and you can check out this video and along with a bunch of other videos. I actually have some more plugins that I have to review for library, so I'm going to try to get those out today also, so stay tuned. But this one I had to do because 0G makes some incredible stuff, and Elements Kepler, again, hands down, my favorite plugin released so far of 2024 that I have. I don't have every plugin that's been released this year, but as far as what I have, this is my favorite plugin of 2024. So there you go. All right, got to get out of here. Stay tuned for more videos. Again, I have to try to knock out at least 2 more today, hopefully. But this one, I just wanted to dive in, show you how the sounds that are in there, some ideas of what you can do with it. Check out also the 0G page where you can see, and Stefano's page where you can see how you can really dive in and adjust these layers and customize them to your own unique production situation. For what it is, the price, it was under $100 at launch. It's probably the best priced plugin that you can get for music creators. So, all right, got to get out of here. Thank you again for tuning in. Have a great day, and hopefully I'll have another video that I'll be going live with later today. So stay tuned. Be safe and be well.